Welcome friends at the online platform of GLC Top 50 IAS. You are most welcome in MPPSC Mains batch. This batch is according to new syllabus. Unit 5 of GS paper 3 we discussed in previous lecture and we will continue from here. Before it, I want to again welcome on the online platform of the GLC Top 50. For different courses are provided by the GLC Top 50. There are separate batches available for Hindi medium and English medium. Both the medium, English and Hindi are available at the online platform. You can download this application from the Play Store in Android mobiles. Is the interface of this application will appear like that. The various test series like pre for MPPSC, mains for MPPSC are also available on the online platform of this application. So please join this application and enroll in the different courses. Now in unit 5, this is the syllabus of unit 5 paper 3 unit number 5, which is totally deals with the mathematics science and its numbers and its type. Already we have discussed equations and factors, already discussed profit and loss, already discussed. Now today we will do the discussion about the percentage, how the question will ask in examination, how can question can asked in the examination, how we will solve them, etc. All the topics all the points we will cover in this lecture. So take a pen and notebook and continue to watch the lecture. Now definition of percentage. What is percentage? Percentage, that means percent. Per 100 we will talk about the quantity per 100, like that 12% means that 12 out of 100. Per 100 out of per 100 it means 12, it means that 12%. Now percent implies, according to theory, now percent implies for every 100, and the sign for is, this is the sign for percentage is read as percentage and x percent is read as x percent. In other words, a fraction with the denominator 100 is called. That means what? Any fraction like 5 by 100, like 20 by 100, like 30 by 100, any fraction with denominator 100, it is known as percent, means that this is equal to 5%, this is equal to 20%, this is equal to 30%. For example, 20% means 20 by 100, that is 20 parts from the 100. It means what? That 5 part from the 100. This can also be written as 0.2. 20%, how can we write the 20%? 20%, it means 20 by 100 is equals to 0, cancel out 0, and then we can write it 0.2. That means 20% is equals to 0.2 or 20 by 100. Basic formula for in order to calculate p percent of q, use the formula p percent of q. It means any percent of any numbers we can calculate using this formula, p by 100 into q or p into q by 100. That means if we want to calculate for example 20% of 50, we want to calculate, we have to calculate 20% of 50. It means what? We can use this formula. P means 20%, q means 15 numbers. We have to put the value 20%. We can write 50 into 20 by 100 means 20% of 50. We can also write this 20 by 100 into 50. Both the calculation will give the same answer. So 0 0 0 0 cancel, 5 2s are 10, also 0 0 0 0 cancel, 5 2s are 10. It gives the answer 10 is 10. So we can calculate 50 before or after the percentage we have to require. It will give the same answer. Now also remember, p percent of q as it is are equal to the q percent of p. This is the measure point we have to remember in our mind that any number, suppose there is p is equals to 50 and q is equals to 60. We take p is equals to 60 and p is equals to 50 and q is equals to 60. According to that, p% of q that means 50% of q means what, 60, will equal the q means what, 60% of p means 50. It means it want to say that 50% of 60 will same as the 60% of 50. How we can prove it? 50% of 60, that means 60 into 50% will equal the 50 into 60%. 0.00056 are 30 and 0.00056 are 30. It means that the 60% 50% of 60 will equal to the 60% of 50. Both gives the answer 30. So it is proved that p% of q will equal the q% of p. Clearly understand this? Okay. Now there is a question. 60% of a number is 360. 60% of a number is 360. What is 90% of the same number? Question want to say that any number whose 60% is 360, then what will be the 90% of the same number? First of all, in this type of question we have to solve. Let the number be x. Let the number be x, or any, we can say any other, we can let any other numbers. Let the number be x. According to questions, first of all we have to write here solution. Then as it is, the solution will as it is as the 10th standard. It is clearly mentioned in the PSC examination that the aptitude that means science, reasoning and mathematical or other data interpretation, all the things will be of the 10th standard. So the solution also will be as the 10th standard. Let the number be x. According to the question, 60% of any number, that means 60% of x is equals to 360. Then x into 60 by 100 is equals to 360. Then x is equals to 360 into 100 multiply में and 60 divide में. 0 से 0 cancel, 6 1 is 6, 6 is 36. Then it will be x is equals to 600. Is it clear? This is our number. We have calculated the value of x, that means the original number is 600 whose 60% is 360. Now question want to say what will be the 90% of same number. That means we have to calculate the 90% of 600 is equals to 600 into 99%, 99 by 100. Now 0 0 0 0, then we multiply it. 6 into 99 is equals to 594. Means the 99% of the same number will be the 594. This is the solution. I hope you clearly understand. If you don't it, please pause the video and again replay it, or try to solve yourself and again play it. Now expressing the one quantity as a percent with respect to other. Now the concept is that if we want to percent any quantity with respect to any other number as in percentage, we can use this formula. For example, if we want to 30 as compared to 50, that how many percent of 50 is 30, or 30 out of 50, what will be the percentage? That means 30 out of 50, what will be the percentage? So we have to calculate using this formula. First of all, the quantity to be expressed in percentage, ऊपर क्या लिखेंगे हम लोग? The quantity to be expressed in percent 30, and denominator will be the second quantity in respect of which, नीचे क्या लिखेंगे हम लोग कि the second quantity in respect of which percent has to be obtained. Now we consider that 30%, 30 out of 50, that means 50 will be with respect to 50, or 30, find out the percentage of 30 with respect to 50 means 30 upon 50 into 100, it gives the percentage 0 0, then 3 by 5, that means 300 by 5, 600, that means 60%. The 60% of 50 will 30, or 30 out of 50 will 60%. Is it clear? Now what percent is 80 of 320? Question asked clearly that what percent is 80 of 32. We will use the above formula if we want to directly answer. Otherwise, if we want to solve in for the mains, we have to use the steps. Now first of all, solution. Let the number be x according to question. Let the number be x according to question. Let the number percent be x. Yeah, let the x percent be 80 of 32 according to question, that x percent of 320 is equals to 80. It means what? 320 into x upon 100 is equals to 80. Is it clear? How can we write as a percentage? If we want to x percent of 320, then we have to write the 320 into x upon 100. It means that x percent of 30. How can we read it? X percent of 32. Now x is equals to x, we have to separate the x from other numbers, so 80 100 will go in multiply and 320 will divide. X is equals to 10 out of 0, 8 ones are 8, or 8 fours are 32. 100 divided by 4, it means 25%. So now hence the 80 will 25% of 320. This line is compulsory to write here. It will improve your presentation and help to obtain more marks. So use these types of lines. Now this is the next question. After an increment of 20%, a number becomes 540. Find the original number. What? After an increase of 20% in any numbers, when we increase it's 20%, a number become 540. Find the original number. So how can we solve it? Solution. Now let the original number be x. Let the original number be x. Then we have that according to question. What want to say? According to question, 20% of x, that means 20% of that number increase of 20%, then it become 540. It means the number x is itself 100%, and when we increase 20% in x, then it will become 120% of itself. So according to question, that 120% of x is equals to 540. Is it clear or not कि how 120% becomes of x? या हम 120% या 120% क्यों ले रहे हैं x का? Because x is already 100% in itself, and when increase 20%, then it will become 120% of x. So we have to take the directly 120% of the x. Now 120% of x is equals to 540. That means after increment, after increase the number 20%, it become 120, and then in number 540. So 120% of x means what? X into 120 by 100 is equals to 540. Then x is equals to 540 into 100 upon 120, 0, 6 2s are 12, 6 9s are 54. It means 900 upon 2. That means x is equals to 450. The original number will be the original number was 450. So hence we have to write the original number was 450. Clear? Now next question. A certain school has 120 teachers. A certain school has 120 teachers. If this constitutes 30% of its workforce, that means the workforce are total number of employee in school is what will be the total number of workforce or employees in school if 30% of this workforce is equals to 120 teachers. Again, question want to say that find the number of employees in the school. The question says that 30% of workforce or 30% of that total employees is equals to 120 teachers. That means, and question want to say and want to ask that how find the number of employees in the school. So first of all, we write here solution. Let the total employees be x. Let the total employees be x. According to question, 30% of x is equals to 120 teachers. What? That 30% of x is equals to 120 teacher. It means x into 30 by 100 is equals to 120. So x is equals to 120 into 100 goes for multiply, and 30 will go in divide. So x is equals to 3 cancel out, 0 cancel out by 0, 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12. So 400. The total number of employee in this school will be 400. Now next one. Sonal went to school for 290 days. Question want to say that Sonal went to school for 290 days in a full year if her attendance is 75%. Find the number of days on which the school was open. Question want to ask that we doesn't know how much time, how many days school will open, and his total number of school open 75 number of date 75% of that number of days open in school in a year is 290 days. That means Sonal goes to 290 days for schools, है ना? Which was in percentage 75%. So we have to find the 100% because 75% is equals to 290 and जो स्कूल ओपन रहेगा पूरा वो 100% अपने आप में. So हम उसको क्या सपोज कर लेंगे, solution let the school open, the school was open, let the school was open for X days. क्लियर. हम इसको सपोज कर लेंगे कि हम उसको मान लेंगे कि X डेज के लिए स्कूल ओपन हुआ था. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू क्वेश्चन that 75% of X is equals to 290. How? Because Sonal goes for 290 days and his attendance becomes 75%. That means 75% of total number of school was open is equals to 290. So 75 upon 100 into X is equals to 219. So X is equals to 219 upon 75 into 100. We'll cancel out 25 3s are 75, 25 4s are 100, and when we calculate 3 1s are 3, 3 7s are 21, and 3 3s are 9. 73 into 20, it will become 3 4s are. So the total number of days for which the school was open is 292. It should be clearly mentioned as the lowest, as the lower of या क्वेश्चन सॉल्यूशन के बाद हम इसको जरूर लिखेंगे. So it will improve our marking. Now the next question is that 3% commission on the sale of a property amount to rupees 42,660. What is the total value of the property? You have to try this question. First pause the video and try in as a rough this question. After that you have to look the solution. So please pause the video and try yourself to solve it. Now we will solve this question. Solution. Now 3% commission on the sale of a property amount to rupees 42,000. What is the total value of the property? So let the total value of property be X. You have to write let total value of property be X as per the question. According to question, the 3% of total value of property of X, 3% of X is equals to 42,660. Now X is equal X into 3 by 100 is equals to what will 42,660. So X is equals to 42,660 into 100 upon 3. Now calculate this. Now 3 1s are 3, 3 1s are 3, 3 4s are 12, 2s are 6, 2s are 6 and 0. So the 1422000. So the total value of property will be, now hence the total value of the property will be 14,22,000, 14,22,000. Now next question. In an election, this is the another concept for question that can be asked in examination is election. In election, the whole process you have to learn before the solve the question. That in election there will be total number of voters, like 10 is total number of voters in a village or in a city, there will be two or more than two candidates, है ना, two or more than two candidates will participate in an election. So like there will be two candidate or three candidate A, B and C will participate in election, and if total voters, if 8 voters will give their vote, so the 8 votes will be distributed in A, B and C. A, B and C. If A gets 2 vote and B gets 3 vote, then remaining vote 3 and 2 5, then remaining 3 votes will be obtained or received by the C. Okay, so this is the concept. So we have to solve this question. In an election there were two candidates. It gives there were how many candidates? Two candidates, A and B. The total number of voters in this constituency was 60,000. Total number of voters 60,000, and 80% of the total votes were polled. How much vote? How many votes? 80% of the total votes were polled. If 60% of the polled votes were cast in favor of A, how many votes were received by B? So now let first of all, what is given? Solution. We have to solve the question in following as per the following steps. Solution given that what is given, that total voters is equals to 60,000 and polled votes is equals to 80% of 60. So 80% of 60,000 is equals to 60 into 80 upon 100, 60,000. So sorry, 60,000 into 80 upon 100, 0 0 0 0, so 48, 1 2 3 1 2 3. So total votes that polled are received by all the candidates is equals to 48,000, so which are valid to distribute among the all participants, yeah, all the candidates. So now total vote polled are 48,000. So if 60% of votes were cast in favor of A, how much vote? 60%. 60% vote means that 60% is cast in favor of A. So how many votes are received? So total number of polled votes is equals to 100%, from which 60% is in favor of A. So remaining 40% will cast in favor of B. So now we have to calculate the votes received by B. Votes received by B is equals to 40% of 48,000. Is it clear? Then we have to calculate 48,123 into 40 upon 100, because total number of votes was 60,000 but 20% वोटर्स वोट देने नहीं पहुंचे हैं, तो टोटल उसका 80% वोटिंग ही हुई है. तो 60,000 के 80% वोटिंग हुई, दैट मीन्स वोट जो डाले गए वोट हैं, जो पोलिड या पोलिड वोट है, वो कितने हैं? 80% ऑफ 60,000. So we have to calculate 80% gives 48,000. So total जो वोट डाले, जो टोटल वोट पोल्ड हुए, वो कितने हुए हैं? 48,000, from which candidate A received 60% of polled votes. So means 60% of was cast in favor of A. So how many votes remaining, which remaining votes, all the remaining votes will cast in favor of B. So the 40% of 48,000, it will give 0 0 0 0, then 1 2 0, remaining 4 8 is a 32, 4 fours are 16 and the 192. That means 19,200 votes will cast in favor of B या 19,200 hence लास्ट में यहाँ हमको लिखना है hence 19,200 votes were received by B. Okay, is it clear? So now we have to go ahead. Another concept of percentage that this type of question also asked in different exams, that in an examination it is required to get 30% to pass. This is the concept for passing marks, and is this type of question it can ask the maximum marks. What will be the maximum marks? Sometime it will can ask how much, how many numbers required more to clear the passing marks, how much how many number is more than passing marks, how many percentage is required to passing. This type of question can be asked in different manners. So this will depends according to exams question. You have to give the solution for that. Now in an examination it is required to get 36% to pass. How many percent? 36. A student gets 160 marks and fails by the 20 marks. The maximum marks are, so let the maximum marks be x. As per question, according to question, we have to require the passing marks 36%. That means 36% of x, that means that is maximum marks. So 36% of x will equal 160. He obtained and he failed by 20%. If he received 20 marks more, then it will clear the passing marks. So because, is it clear or not? How can we put 160 plus 20 is equals to 36%? Because क्योंकि 160 मार्क्स उसको आए हैं और 20 मार्क्स और अगर वो लाता तो वो पासिंग मार्क्स, दैट मीन्स 36% उसके हो जाते और वो पास हो जा. It means what? That 36% of x will be equal to the 160 plus remaining marks which by he failed. So the 160 plus 20, that means 180 will be equal the 36% of x. That means passing marks is equals to 180. So x is equals to 180 into 100 upon 36. So 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36, above 1020 and 30, so 1000 upon 2. That means what? That x is equals to 500. So maximum marks for this examination was 500. लिखना है हमको, hence the maximum marks is x is equals to 500. Now the next question, if 35% of a number added to 39 is the number itself, the number is, the question says that any number, let the number is x, when we add the 35% of that number, that means 35 of x, 35% of x, when we added to 39, it gives what result? It gives itself, number itself, that means x. So we can calculate the x and our answer will be here. So now we will start to calculate the, let the number be x. According to question, 35% of x to a number, that means in 39 we have to add the 35% of x, it gives x itself. It gives the number itself. Now we have to separate the x's. 39 is equals to x minus 35 by 100x. Is it clear? I shifted this number from this side to this side. So in this side this is number positive, then become negative from other side. So 100x into 35, that means 65 by 100x. Now x is equals to 39 into 100 upon 65. 13 3s are 39 and 13 5s are 65. Now x is equals to 300 divided by 5. 5 1 is 5, 5 6 are 30 and 0. So x is equals to 60. So the number 60 will be our solution, and if we add the 35% of 60 with 39 is give the 60. Okay, this will be the our solution. Now this is our last question. Now take a break for 1 minute and try to solve this question. Now we will start this question. A cricketer scored a total of 62 runs of 96 balls. कितने बनाता है वो? 62 runs बनाता है कितने? 96 balls में. Now he hits 3 sixes, 8 fours and 2 twos and 8 singles. What percent of the total runs came in sixes, fours and twos and singles? That means there is no work for balls. So यहाँ बॉल से हमको कोई काम नहीं है, हमको सिर्फ रन से कैलकुलेट करना है कि हाउ मच परसेंटेज, हाउ मेनी परसेंटेज are came in sixes, how many percentage runs are came by the fours and by the twos and by the singles. So let first of all given that total run is equals to 62 sixes, 3 fours, 8 fours, twos, 2 and singles is equals to 8 singles. Now we have to calculate, we solve the case one by one. Now first of all we have to solve the case number first. Now runs came by sixes is equals to how many sixes? 3 sixes. 3 into 6 is equals to 18 runs are came by the sixes. So we have to calculate the how many percentage of 60 to 18. So percentage run by sixes is equals to 18 runs out of 62 into 100. When we solve this, it gives the percentage run obtained by the 6. Now in case of second, fours runs came by the fours is equals to 4 into how many fours? 8 fours. So total 32 runs came from the fours. So percentage by fours, percentage run came from 4 is equals to 32 run out of 62 into 100. When we solve this, it will give the percentage. Case number 3, twos. How many twos? 2 into 2, total 4 run comes from the twos. So percentage will give 4 by 62 into 100. In case number 4, from the singles, the total singles are 8. So percentage can be calculated 8 runs out of 62 into 100. It will give the percentage run came from the single. So I hope this lecture will clearly understood by you. Is it clear in your mind? Now these all 6 questions are for your practice, and you have to solve after this lecture and make sure note proper during the lecture. So thank you for watching, and now I hope you this lecture was very helpful for you, will benefited you. Now again I want to say, if you want to any online batches or you want to enroll in online batches of GLC top 50, please download the GLC IS top 50 application from the Android Play Store of the Android version, and enjoy the benefits of the GLC top 50. Here also available the separate batches for Hindi medium and English medium, also test series for the pre and mains both. So again, thank you for watching lecture. Thank you so much.